Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. So today I've got some footage that I've recently found and stumbled upon that we're going to take a look at, and this was an incredible catch. And it's not 100% confirmed, but I'll let you guys be the judge of it. So as I was saying, I lost some footage and I was scrolling through my phone and I found an old clip that I'd actually airdropped after I dumped it on the computer, and I sent it to Ace and a couple of my buddies from a giant fish catch, but then fried my computer. What I think is so special about it is that I think it's the exact same fish that I caught 14 months prior. It was the lake record of 985. So if you've been following for a while, you probably remember this first fish catch, but if you're new to the channel, first hit that subscribe button. But here's the catch from April of 2022.
Yeah, oh yeah. I don't know how big he is. Oh my god! Dude, that's a 9. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Dude, that, oh my god, let's go. Is that a 10? That might be 10. Man. Ace. Yeah, dude, that's a lake record.
9.85.
985? Cool.
So, yeah, it was pretty crazy. I was like hyperventilating and shaking, and biggest fish of my life and lake record, and it was all during a tournament, which was even better. And we already had like a 4 and a 6.5 pounder, so we knew that we were working on something pretty big. I caught that fish on a fire crawl chatterbait and a black and blue, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a Ketchco trailer, and it looks pretty similar to this. It's a little bit taller. An absolute crazy looking combination, but if you could see the water, it was chocolate milk. And Ace had caught a couple practicing earlier that week, so I tied one on, I caught a 6.5, and I was basically like, I'm not putting this down the rest of the day, and it paid off. But the fish ended up weighing 985, which comes out to about 9 pounds, 14 ounces, and the previous record was 911. Definitely, again, one of the most memorable catches of my life. So I caught that fish on April 10th of 2022, and this is where things get interesting. So we're gonna fast forward 14 months. June 30th was the date of the tournament that I believe that I caught it again, and I'll show you exactly where I caught it, and I'll show you the distance that it traveled. But I remember it being a tough day. I think we had 2 or 3 fish in the live well, and it was like 11 or 12 maybe. And I remember looking back at Ace and just saying like, all right, I'm gonna tie something stupid on. The water actually looked right for a bubblegum Senko, and granted it's getting into summer and that's not normally something I'd throw, but we were focusing on trees at this point, just big laydowns and brush piles. We get on top of this tree, I tied on a weightless bubblegum Senko, and then I stuck a nail weight in the tail so it'd sink down a little bit quicker, and I'm just pulling this Senko through the branches, like, you know, make a short little pitch and just feathering it through, and that's exactly when it bit.
Yeah, something great. Like, it was slack, and I just kind of like felt it tick it and then pull. Get out of there. Oh my god. Yo! Again? Again. That's the same fish, dude. It's gotta be. Here, y'all let you take it. I can't believe I got that out. Dude. I thought it came off. That's over 7. Oh my god. Dude, that's... Is it 8?
Something to point out about right when I caught this fish, it was almost like I knew that it was the same one as soon as it hit the bag. Like, I immediately looked up at Ace and I was like, again? Like, are you kidding me? It's a giant. Like, this lake pushes out big fish a lot of fish in the 5 to 7 pound range. You just don't see many 8+. Again, it's just not a super common thing. And these are all northern strain fish. They're not F1s, they're northern strain largemouth bass. So to get up into that 10 pound range to begin with is pretty rare. So I was just stoked both times to catch bigger fish out of the lake. It's a beautiful thing to see. But anyway, the second time that I caught it, it was 8.89 pounds. And obviously this is post-spawn, and we have a difference of 0.96 pounds between April of 22 and June of 23. That is kind of the first clue to me that it could be the same fish. Generally when a fish that big is spawning, they can gain up to like a pound. So it's right within that threshold. I've been thinking about it a lot since then. I never made a video on this because I lost all the rest of the footage from the day. Honestly, don't even remember how we finished, but I'm almost certain that it's the same fish. So have you ever thought about, like, when you catch a fish in a tournament, or just when you're fishing and you release it, like, how far does it move? Where does it go? Does it find a new home within the area that it's released, or does it travel all the way back to where it was, and was that the area that it was living in? There's so many questions, and I'm sure that there are so many fish that do different things, but after taking a deeper dive and a look at this fish and its scale patterns and a couple other small things, I really truly think that they're the same. Basically all I did was take a few of the pictures of each fish, and I will say it was very difficult because they're at slightly different angles and I can't just layer them over top of each other because of the angle that the photos were taken. Someone who's super good with Photoshop or something could probably do it, but I did the best that I could. Even at a glance at both of these pictures, they almost look like different fish, but I caught one early April and then the other one late June. So we have, you know, super cold water, pretty warm water. The fish just change colors, but I had to take a little bit closer look, and I really thought that tracing its lateral markings would help maybe define that, like, okay, these are too similar to call different fish. I cut the fish out and I traced the side markings. So you could see that, like, with this red line here, I'm just doing the best I can. It is a little bit difficult. They're not super defined lateral markings, but I traced the best I could for the first 5 or 6 of them there, and did that for both, and I think that those are pretty similar. There's also this little dot after the 6th bigger mark going down the side, and I think that that's a pretty dead giveaway. Also, if you just take a look at the eyes, like, the eyes look exactly the same. And then one of the biggest telltale signs to me, if you look on the anal fin, it has a bit of a slice about 1/4 of the way down. You can very clearly see that both of these fish have that exact same cut. So, I don't know. I want you guys to let me know down in the description below right now if you think that these are the same fish, or if you have a suggestion for me, a better or easier way to do this, or if I'm just crazy and they're two different big fish. Very plausible. Before we get into taking a look at where I caught it, where I released it, and where I caught it again, we'll go over the distance and everything. Let's talk about the boat of the week, which is sponsored by Angler's Choice. This week is a very, very, very special boat of the week. Why? Because I'm selling my boat. So I've got a 2010 Ranger Z521, and I absolutely love this thing. It's a dual console. It's powered by a Mercury 250 horsepower Optimax Pro XS. You've got the Garmin Force trolling motor up front. You've got 2 Garmin 126 SVs, one at the console, one up at the bow with live scope. They're also networked, and they're networked with the trolling motor as well, so you've got like the full boat system. For a 2010, this boat is immaculate. I've done my best to keep it as clean as possible. Over the last 1.5 years or so of owning and running this boat, I really haven't had to do much of anything. I had to change one of the aerators for the live well because that was who knows how old, and I also had to change the pull cable on the Garmin Force, which was by far the easiest of any trolling motor. Besides those 2 things, this thing has been running flawlessly. The motor's super strong, 100% stand behind this boat. It's been an absolute blessing having this thing and being able to fish off of it, but it's time to upgrade. So if you have any interest at all in this Ranger Z521, please reach out to me directly at strykulbrothersfishing@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment down below. you have a different way you want to reach out to me. One more quick note for you guys, Angler's Choice's last open house event is going to be this weekend, February 2nd and 3rd at their Spindale location. I'm going to be on my way to Florida, so I'm actually going to go down there. I'll be there Saturday morning early. I'll be there all day long, and I'll have the Ranger in tow. If you want to check this boat out, you just want to come say hey, you want to pick up some baits, or check out any of the other 300 boats that they have in stock, please come to Spindale this weekend for Angler's Choice's last open house event. But let's get back into the video. Alright, so here's the cool part for me. We're calling it the same fish. I know its travel plan from when I caught it, when I released it, and when I caught it again. So April 2022, I caught it at this location right here. It's a big laydown out into the channel. Yep, RIP that spot, but I don't care. I think this is cool. I also think fish cycle through it so much that, yeah. We ran the rest of the day and, you know, finished up at Fountainhead on the Occoquan and released this 985 here on April 10th, 2022. The crazy part is the second time that I caught this fish was in the exact same spot, the exact same tree. So that's a 4-mile difference from the ramp to that tree. There's also so much good water between the launch and where I caught the fish the first time that I'm almost surprised to say that it would even make that swim all the way back. There's 100 different versions of that exact same spot on the way down. Like, why wouldn't it have pulled up into one of those other trees or laydowns or brush piles and just said, okay, this is my home now? And there's also plenty of bait. But I guess that brings in the question of like a fish's biology and what's written into its genetic code, right? Like, salmon know to run back up the river that they were spawned in, and that can be probably hundreds of miles at some points. So like, what is stopping a largemouth bass from swimming back to its home? It's kind of crazy to me. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments section below. I've always wanted to be able to like tag fish and track them. I think this is the closest that I've ever been to having that opportunity and actually being able to say, okay, this is the same fish. I caught it here, released it, and caught it coincidentally here again. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. That's where I'm going to wrap this one up. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please come to Spindale this weekend for Angler's Choice's last open house event. Hit that subscribe button for me. We'll see you on the next one.